Welcome back. It's been the foundation of the Trump agenda, ditching DEI in favor of a merit-based approach. The cream rises to the top. That's what America's all about, right? Well, after laying off 100,000 employees, agencies are now being officially instructed to stop considering race and gender or fancy college degrees when hiring and instead prioritize real-world skills. But the federal workforce shakeup is not over yet. Another 150,000 jobs could be on the chopping block. And Steve, I wonder where you stand on this, because there are a couple of things happening here. Number one, especially with the affirmative action case involving Harvard, reversing affirmative action, saying when it was implemented, we've come far enough that it didn't need to be implemented forever. And it was time to stop thinking about people's race when admitting them to a school. I think about it in the workplace, too, and say, you're doing two things. You're degrading the people you're trying to help to a certain degree by saying that they need a leg up. Maybe they don't need a leg up. Maybe they are the best person for the job. And the second issue is you end up discriminating against other groups by excluding them and saying they need to have smaller roles, even if they are the best person for the job. So you create a kind of tricky situation here. I am all for let the best man win, and let's see where we all stand, or woman, or anybody.
I have 5 daughters.
Best person.
No, you're right. And also has been pointed out these set-asides on contracts, which ended up being a scam. A whole industry set up a fake one to meet these quotas. Yep. And so it just gets the whole thing, what you might call, in terms of inflation, adds to the cost. It's non-monetary inflation, government-made costs that end up hurting the economy because making things unnecessarily expensive. And what they have discovered is, especially on the college side, is that if you let the marketplace, so to speak, work, which is people, kids get to go to school, get a good education, and the key thing is, one, they can get through with the college, but how well do they do when they graduate? And they found out where you don't have to have the quotas. A lot of people, guess what, will do it on their own.
Yeah.
Hello.
Exactly. And Brian, I'm wondering what your take is on that, because we've been talking a lot about schools and fancy degrees and what they're worth, if they're worth anything anymore. And so I like this approach of saying, you know what, even if you don't have a fancy degree, but you are the best person for the job and you've got hard knock life skills, we want you.
Yeah, well, you start actually doing job interviewing. You know, instead of just looking at the boxes and you get your rights. This is what they do in the federal government. They look at, you got this box on race and you got this box on school, and if you put enough of those boxes together, hire this person, right? And if they're no good, it's fine. You just you keep passing them around to departments and you never fire them. What they're actually talking about doing now is saying, okay, well, what can these people do? What skills do they have? How do they present in an interview? Do they have the chops to do this job? And if they do, great. We don't care what color your skin is or where you come from or if you have a degree or whatever. That to me, well, number one, that is just in line with what the rest of the economy is actually moving toward, which is merit-based and skill-based and not credential-based.
You look at high tech. A lot of companies discovered the college degree didn't matter in terms of the skills they wanted. And also, I think this is going to be a boost to getting what they used to call vocational skills as well. Imagine learning something that can help you earn a living.
And can I just add one little piece to that? I also think it diversifies the ideological pool if you quit pulling from liberal indoctrination centers known as universities. And that would be a really good thing for the government.
Yeah, and Dagan, we've been talking a lot about court cases. Do you think they're going to get pushback here?
Oh, I'm sure. Because the ACLU doesn't actually file suits based on real civil liberties issues, files lawsuits over things like equity and inclusion and things that the left, the dwindling left, loves. My biggest concern is there's a quote in the Axios article, quote, "The government obviously is going to hire again," says the Office of Personnel Management official. Why? We need to keep shrinking government dramatically.
Right.
That if we're going to talk about Ronald Reagan and the economic miracles and dreams of the 1980s, government needs to be, and Congress is not going to do it. Like, if I hear one more Republican say, we don't have a revenue problem, we have a spending problem, well, then why are you only cutting $1.5 trillion or $150 billion a year over 10 years? That we need to dramatically starve the beast that is government. And the only way you can do it is just getting rid of, just downsizing the workforce.
I think that's a really excellent point. And earlier, Taylor, we were talking about with respect to the tariffs and the revenue that it could go poof, right? A lot of people are hoping the DOGE cuts don't go poof.
Yeah.
And that there's a rescission package passed that includes them and can make it more permanent than it is right now. If you start hiring people back, even if you're hiring more
Yes.
qualified people, you know, there's consensus out there that the government's just bloated.
I don't need another government contractor getting paid $150,000 to analyze something that we never see the light of day of, right? I agree with the sentiment. I wish we would, I hope that we codify some of the DOGE cuts to at least give Musk, in my opinion, the respect he deserves, to make sure that it was all worth it in the end for him and that he doesn't blow up his reputation and seen billions of cuts in businesses just to have us reverse all of this in 3.5 years. You know, sort of on a interesting note, Jackie, somehow along the line we went from judge me not by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character, to now judge me only by the color of my skin and not look at my character. And so I love that we are now going back to judge me not by the color of my skin, but by my character, my worth, what I bring to the table, my arguments, my skill sets. That, I believe, is the way that we always wanted it done. And I'll throw out another thing out there. Some people say the latest statistic from the Census Bureau says women only earn, 83% of what men earn. If that were truly the case, then if I had a really smart company, they'd only hire women because they would know that they could only pay us 83% of what the men get,
And we'd do a
they
better
would get
job.
it for cheaper.
We are getting kind of close on this show, I'm not gonna
Is
lie.
there like a little wage gap? Probably, but I want the data because some of this just doesn't make sense to me when we're just throwing these ideological left terms out there, but not really understanding the facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I just, you mentioned the contractors. What just gave me hope, just not recently, Booz Allen Hamilton announced that it's laying off 7% of its workforce, 2,500 people. 98% of its revenue comes from government contracting.
That's what they do.
Starving the beast. If it's not actual government, if it's tangential government, I'm okay with that too. That's
All
a
right.
win.
Speaking of DOGE, stick around because next hour we are expecting